is your first time watching one of my videos, hi. My name's Kimmy and I'm so excited that you're here and I'm grateful to spend the day with you. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit under the weather. Spent the past couple days away and I feel like we were around a lot of kids and I feel like I just kind of caught something. But today is Sunday. We're doing a Sunday reset and I feel like I just really need a good reset day today, especially because I'm not feeling great. I want to go into this week feeling better. And also we've been away eating out for the past couple days. So I'm excited to get back into a normal routine, get back into home cooking. So today's plan is to meal prep. This morning I woke up early and just did some like light yoga. Nothing intense at all, but I just wanted to like move my body because I hadn't worked out in a few days, and sometimes I feel like that helps just to like move your body just in like a natural way. And now we're getting ready. We're gonna make breakfast and coffee and then we'll get this day going. I feel like lately I have like zero energy to leave my hair down. I feel like I just am always wearing it in a ponytail. I have a haircut booked for in like a few weeks and I don't know, I'm like considering like cutting it off, like cutting it fairly short and see if that makes things easier, and maybe I'll want to wear it down a little more. I just feel like running around, especially in the morning with, you know, my kids and stuff and getting breakfast done, the last thing I want is like my hair like touching my face. I'm curious if you've done like the mom chop, if you found it helpful in any way. I feel like there must be a reason why we call it the mom chop. It must be helpful and it must be, I'm assuming it'll be easier for me to like style and stuff. So I'm thinking about it. I feel like I might chicken out, but we'll see. It's not for a few weeks. It's definitely not going to be a relaxing, chill, quiet Sunday reset. We just had our groceries delivered. I feel like I keep talking about this, but it has been a game changer. I know it's definitely like a luxury thing to do, but it's really changed my life. And to be able to have everything on my doorstep on Sunday morning, like before 8 a.m., just makes a huge difference. This week was kind of like a big haul. I feel like I got a lot. Some of it was on sale, so that's kind of why I went a little crazy. But I'll show you everything, kind of give you like a rundown of my meals for the week. I wrote down everything that I want to make this week, but I didn't put together like a real meal plan yet. So I'm going to do that today, but I did write down like the meals that we're going to integrate into the meal plan. So let me show you everything. I don't even know where to begin because there's a lot of stuff. But protein, I got tofu, and then we have some butter, eggs, just some staples, and then lots of sweet potatoes, onion, just a good base for meals. And then limes. I did not mean to order this many limes. I actually meant to just order 2 single limes, but I must have misread the description. So now we have 2 huge bags of limes. Anyway, bananas. We love banana, so got quite a bit of that. We use them for smoothies, to put on oatmeal bowls and whatnot. Quinoa, hemp hearts. I want to do like some grain bowls this week with quinoa and hemp hearts. I just love adding those on anything. It's good on like sweet or savory bowls. These were on sale. I don't always buy these from Whole Foods, but they were on sale, so I bought a few of those. Some lettuce. I've been loving adding some greens to the bottom of a bowl, like spinach. I also use this for smoothies as well. Grapes, avocado, just great to top on like any bowls throughout the week. Carrots and squash for some roasted veggie bowls. Yellow squash, we'll probably do like a rice grain bowl with some yellow squash and zucchini and some bell pepper. Brussels sprouts to add with our roasted veggies. Apples, I've been loving having an apple in the afternoon as a snack. berries, of course, and pear, cilantro. One of my favorite things to add on bowls. It's just detoxifying and it has so many vitamins and nutrients. Some decaf, which I already got into. Beans, kiwi, orange, lemons for sauces, and also lemon water. And with the zucchini, I kind of want to try steaming some or just freezing and putting in the freezer for smoothies to add more nutrients. I've seen people do that and I kind of want to try it. We did put some stuff away already, but we have yogurt. I got some plain coconut yogurt, and then this is Bobby's yogurt here. We also have some other yogurt from last week that's still good too. And then some pouches for the little ones and these bars. These were all on sale, so that's why we kind of stocked up. We don't really eat this many throughout the week. Some pickles, some Parmesan cheese, goat cheese, and our favorite tortillas. And I got a bottle of almond milk. I do like to make it at home, but sometimes it is a little easier just to buy it. I do buy a lot of produce and it does add up. It is expensive. I wish that it wasn't, because it shouldn't be that expensive to buy, especially organic, healthy foods like fruits and veggies. That when it comes to like whole foods, I don't really think twice, and I would rather eat something like apples and peanut butter or a fruit and cheese plate with maybe some crackers than be buying like a ton of packaged snacks and stuff. I also like make my own balls and stuff, and I feel like for a while I was just really going for the convenience of buying like the kid snacks, and I do still love having those on hand, but I feel like I was kind of buying them a lot, and those seriously add up. By making your own, you can save so much money, and you can also batch prep them. So I'll make like balls like these, and you can store them in the freezer. You can make like a ton of them, store them in the freezer, keep a few in the fridge for like a few days, and just kind of like pull some out as you need them. And I think they're even better than like packaged foods, and my kids love them. And I feel like we don't really snack on packaged foods as much as we used to. I don't really know where this conversation just ended up, but anyway, I'm gonna put away all the groceries. I'm actually gonna wash everything and then put them away. I was gonna go for a walk this morning, but I think we're just gonna push our walk to after dinner today. So I just put Augie in his room for his nap, and this is when I do my meal prep on Sundays during this nap time period. And my husband will take care of Gavin while I get some prepping done. And because I'm not feeling 1000% today, we're just going to kind of keep it light. So I'm just going to focus on some things that will really help me out. So first is roasting some veggies. Then throughout the week, I can just toss these on salads, put them in wraps with like hummus and protein. I'm not sure if I have lentils, but I could do like lentils and hummus on a wrap with the veggies. I can also do just toss them on a bowl, kind of like a salad with a dressing on top. And that will save me so much time. For the sheet pan veggies, I'm gonna do some sweet potato, carrots, and then I'm gonna roast up these Brussels sprouts. I love eating fresh, but like honestly, meal prep is so helpful. And especially with like multiple kids, I feel like I just don't want to spend a ton of time in the kitchen as much as I love it. It's just, you know, if I can save time, I will. And when I meal prep, it's not about like meal prepping containers of the same exact meal every single day. So I'm not gonna lay down spinach, put down the veggies, put down the same protein, put down the same dressing. I like to mix it up throughout the week, and it's so important to have variety in your diet. I like to change up how I serve the meals every day, so everything has like different ingredients. You can add lots of different things to these meals each day to make them a little bit different and add more vitamins and nutrients from other sources. Brussels sprouts are like the most annoying thing to cut. So for seasoning, we're gonna do salt, garlic powder, and some paprika. And I also added some onion too. I would do fresh garlic, but I'm kind of in a rush, so we're gonna keep it simple with some garlic powder. Next, for something very easy, I'm gonna do roasted chickpeas, which take like 2 seconds to prep. So I'm doing just a can of chickpeas, some garlic powder, some salt, and a little oil. And this is a really great way to just add fiber and like other vitamins and nutrients to your meals. And I love getting them crispy and then reheating them a little bit before eating. And it'll just add a little crunch to meals like salads and other bowls. And my kids love them too. And then while that's in the oven, we're gonna do just a couple other things. I'm going to prep an overnight oat recipe, and then I'm gonna prep 2 smoothie bags that you can just dump into the blender with some milk and just blend up in the morning. It makes it so much easier. For our overnight oats, we're gonna do oats. We're gonna do cinnamon apple. So I'm gonna do some Ceylon cinnamon, and I'm gonna dice up this apple. Actually, do I grate it? I'm gonna grate it. I'm gonna grate the apple so that way it's baby friendly. I'm gonna add chia and hemp seeds, some date syrup to sweeten, and then a little pea protein. I love the Sprout Living. I'll link this one below, but I use the pea and the pumpkin seed proteins, and they're great because they're a good family friendly option because they don't have anything added to them. It's just single ingredient and it's organic. So I love these as a good family friendly option to add a little bit of protein. I won't add like a ton of it, just a little bit, just to add a little extra protein in. There's no way that that's gonna fit. Here we go. Now I'm gonna prep some smoothie packs. I'm gonna do 2 different smoothies, and this way I'll know what each one is. So I'm gonna do a blueberry mango, and then I'm gonna do a strawberry and banana in one. And then I'm gonna add everything except for nut butter or coconut yogurt. I interchange them, and the nut milk. But everything else, the seeds, protein powder, everything's gonna go right in. Blueberries, mango. Gorgeous boy. Did you sleep so good? And then I like adding different seeds to each one. So for this one, I'm gonna do some chia seeds. And then in the strawberry banana smoothie, I'm going to do some flax seeds. So that way they're a little bit different. We're getting different nutrients, but it's like the same prep process, and just makes everything so much easier. Yes, I can. Half, okay? Here's our smoothie packs. That was so quick and easy. So we have a banana, strawberry, and flaxseed, and then we have blueberry, mango, and chia seed with some protein powder. And then tomorrow I'll just add coconut yogurt, or I'll add some nut butter and some nut milk. Today's been nuts. Yeah, I don't feel my best, and my 3-year-old is just on one today, and I feel like it's kind of my fault. I just don't feel great, and I didn't feel like going for that walk this morning to the park. And we always do something after breakfast, like we always go outside somewhere, and we didn't today, so I feel like that really affected the day. And yeah, it was just nuts, like honestly. And you know, we're just having one of those days, and we're kind of taking this reset slow. Honestly, like if I just get to putting away the groceries, washing all the veggies, and doing a light meal prep, then I feel like that's just a huge win in my book. And also getting some cleaning stuff done. I think I mentioned before, but I created myself like a little calendar to cross off like one cleaning task a day, and it's been very helpful. Then we're just doing some like light housekeeping stuff like laundry. I'm still trying to do one laundry load a day because that is making a huge difference. But we are kind of playing catch up because we've been gone the past couple days, but we're getting things back in order. I did quite a lot yesterday, and then I put the boys to nap and I sat down, got some just like work stuff done that I need to, and then now I want to make my plans for the week. Sunday is usually my chill day. The work stuff was supposed to be done yesterday, but I was so tired yesterday, so I pushed off half of it to today, but I just finished. It was very quick and easy. And then now I want to make my plans for the week. So I want to do a meal plan, but I might wait until after dinner, after I put the boys to bed, to do the meal plan for the week. But right now I think I'm just gonna make my weekly plan. So I'm going to fill in my planner with my work plan for the week. And then also we started dipping our toes into homeschool. Gavin is only 3, and so we're beginning preschool, but I just knew that the right decision for us was to do homeschool, at least for the time being. We might always do homeschool. I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. Getting him into the routine of it definitely has been hard, but we kind of only just started. I know it'll take some time for him to get used to the idea. He does love sitting down to do like his workbook and stuff, but holding his attention is definitely hard. But anyway, so our routine with that has been every week I'll create a new theme. So last week we did fall leaves, and we did a few fun activities with fall leaves, and then I have a couple workbooks that we do. I ended up going with highlights if you're interested in homeschool. If not, you can totally skip over this. We went with highlights. I looked at a few different curriculums. I was kind of set on one for a while, but then after some looking around, I kind of felt like highlights was the best option for us. It is a subscription service, so every month you'll receive new workbooks. So this month we got, I think it's uppercase letters and numbers, and so every month will be a new workbook. But basically you just spend like 15 minutes a day doing these workbooks, and so far it's been great. So every week I'll create like a theme for us, and then we'll do like a fun activity. I'll create an activity for each day around that theme. So like we did fall leaves. I put numbers on each leaf, taped them up around the house, and he had to collect the leaves. Then we put the leaves in order, and it was just a small little activity, but it was fun and he really enjoyed it. And then we sat down and did his workbook for 15 minutes. So I'm trying to keep it between like 15 to like 30 minutes. Sometimes we do the themed activity, and then sometimes we don't. It honestly depends on his mood and how he is. So far it's good. I will keep you updated on our homeschool journey. And if you do homeschool, feel free to share any fun activities that you do with your little ones, because I'll definitely be writing them down, all of the activities. So tonight's dinner, we're gonna do a one pot meal. And originally this was supposed to be a slow cooker, so it was supposed to already be prepped and ready to go. But I just didn't have it in me after doing the prep this morning. So we're just gonna do the pressure cooker setting, so that way it'll be done really quick. I'm gonna do like a rice and bean dish, and I'm gonna do black beans and brown rice. I've had brown rice soaking all day. It just gets rid of any like heavy metals, and it also just makes it better. And I did a full cup of brown rice, but I'm actually gonna split it in half and just do half the batch in tonight's dinner, and then I'm gonna prep another batch because I have a few recipes that I wanna make with brown rice this week. So I feel like it'll just make sense to do that. And then I probably won't eat the leftovers tomorrow. I think Bobby will bring leftovers of that to his work tomorrow. And then I have some tomato. I'm just thawing out some diced tomatoes here that I had in the freezer. And then I think we're gonna do corn, red onion, and I have bell pepper and some zucchini, and I think we're just gonna do that. And then I think we're gonna just do some chips. I gotta look to see what I have for a sauce, but maybe we'll just do some lime and cilantro and chips. Keep it easy. Actually changed my mind. We do have fresh cilantro. I have cashews, and lime. And I always make this cilantro lime cashew sauce that the kids love. I also sneak some spinach in there. That's really yummy. And it just goes so good on top of like any Southwest bowl, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna prep that. I have the time while this cooks in the pressure cooker. It takes just like a couple seconds to blend it up. So I think we're gonna do that, but I will show you the final results once it's all cooked. If you follow any of my recipes, which if you don't know, I share a lot of recipes on my Instagram, on my blog, which are both linked below. And I also have ebooks which have like exclusive recipes that are built for certain like meal programs. I'm actually coming out with one very soon this month. I promise it's coming if you've been waiting for it. Those are created for specific purposes as part of a meal plan. But if you follow any of my recipes, you'll notice that I cook very simple with simple seasonings. I don't go crazy with seasonings. And it's not because I don't love herbs and seasonings. I really do. I used to cook with them all the time. I used to douse things in herbs and spices and stuff. And they're so healthy for you. They're so good for you. They have so many amazing benefits, especially for your digestion, detoxification. But with kids, I find that they really just love simple. So I kind of just stick to simple seasonings like garlic, salt, and pepper. But you can add any seasonings that you want to anything. Like something like this, like a Tex-Mex seasoning, fajita seasoning would be so good. I added a little too much water, so it's a little watery, but it turned out pretty good. Here is the final result. Not the prettiest bowl because I poured the sauce on top. But I had a little leftover of the Abbott's Butcher plant-based ground beef, so I just added that to the bowl with some tortilla chips. And these are the tortilla chips that we love. I did already dig in, but we'll try a little together. I also added some avocado last minute too. Really good. I don't have a bra on, so that's why I'm sitting like this. So I just showered. The kids are asleep. And yeah, today was just nuts, honestly. We did end up going for a walk, which actually felt really good. And I feel like it helped me a lot. I feel like sometimes just, like I was saying earlier this morning, just doing like light natural movement, even when you aren't feeling good, can kind of help to like get things like moving. And I do feel like it helped me a little bit. I also feel like we just needed to get out of the house, so that was like perfect. And then dinner was actually really, really good. It's funny, Gavin is our picky eater. I don't want to call him picky. There's definitely some foods that he won't try, like broccoli and stuff, but he just doesn't eat a ton, and it's hard for us to get him to eat. Sometimes he'll have a few bites and then he'll get up and then he'll come back like later for it. So I don't really want to call him picky. I think he just doesn't love to eat as much as some other kids. Like Augie loves to eat. He can eat so much. He eats more than Gavin. It's crazy. But anyway, he loved it and ate his whole meal and asked for seconds. So that was huge. And he didn't say it was gross or anything. He said it was really yummy. And Augie loved it too. Bobby loved it. It was really, really good. I didn't follow an exact recipe, but usually what I do is when I try a new recipe like that and it turns out really good like it did, I'll make it again and then get all the measurements and stuff, and then I'll post it on my blog. Now I'm gonna chill the rest of the night and drink lots of water, hopefully feel much better tomorrow. But I'm really glad that I did this Sunday reset. I hope that you found some inspiration in this video. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.